జిగ్నాసా పైథాన్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ సెషన్స్లో భాగంగా ఈరోజు కొన్ని ప్రాక్టికల్ సెషన్స్ సంబంధించి ప్రాక్టికల్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ ఎలా చేయాలని చూద్దాం. దానికి రిలేటెడ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ని కూడా మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో ఇక్కడ లూప్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ పైన కనుక మనం చూసినట్లయితే ఈ సెషన్లో ఫర్ లూప్కి సంబంధించి కొన్ని టాపిక్స్ని డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. సో నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ కంటిన్యూయేషన్ సెక్షన్లో మనం ఏం చేద్దాము, లూప్స్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి డిఫరెంట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ పైన వీడియో ఉంటుందన్నమాట. సో ఇప్పుడు లూప్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అండ్ ఒక బేసిక్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎలా చేయాలి అనేది మనం ఈ వీడియోలో క్లియర్గా చూద్దాం. సో ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్, what is the loop? So the similar way to that any other programming languages, లూపింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ గురించి మనం చెప్పుకున్నట్లు సి++, జావా ప్రతి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్లో కూడా లూప్స్ అనేవి ఒక ఇంపార్టెంట్ రోల్ని ప్లే చేస్తాయి. ఈ విషయం మనందరికీ తెలుసు. అయితే ఇతర ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజెస్లో అంటే సి++, జావా వీటిలో ఉన్న లూప్స్కి పైథాన్లో ఉన్న లూప్స్కి ఉన్న డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటి, సిమిలారిటీస్ ఏంటి అనేది ఒకసారి చూద్దాం. జనరల్గా డెఫినేషన్ కనుక చూసినట్లయితే లూప్ ఇన్ పైథాన్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ టు repeat a block of code multiple times, okay, until a condition is satisfied, right? సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఏ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ తీసుకున్నా కానీ ఒక కండిషన్ బేస్ చేసుకుంటాం. సో ఆ కండిషన్ గనక సాటిస్ఫై అయినంతసేపు కూడా సో ఆ లూప్ లేదా బ్లాక్ ఆఫ్ ది లూప్ లేదా కోడ్స్ అవి ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో బ్లాక్ అండర్లో మనం రాసిన రిపిటేషన్ టాస్క్స్, సో దట్ విల్ బి రిపీట్ అంటిల్ ఫాల్స్ ఆఫ్ దట్ గివెన్ కండిషన్ అన్నమాట. సో ఇది అన్ని ప్రోగ్రామ్స్లో జరిగేది, పైథాన్లో కూడా అలాగే జరుగుతుంది. బట్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటంటే ప్రతి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్లో కూడా మనం ఒక కండిషన్ని ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తాం. బట్ ఇక్కడ పైథాన్ విషయానికి వచ్చేటప్పటికి కండిషన్ రూపకంగా కాకుండా ఒక రేంజ్ వాల్యూస్గా మనం డిసైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. సో మీన్స్ రేంజ్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూస్, సో లైక్ దట్ అనమాట. సో ఇక్కడ ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ రైటింగ్ ద సేమ్ కోడ్ అగైన్ అండ్ అగైన్, సో వీ కెన్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ ద లూప్స్ టు డూ ద సేమ్ థింగ్. So how many times we want to print something or calculate something, so like that what we want to repeat. So the repeated steps that can be handled easily with less code by implementing the loop. So that we can easily understand that suppose if you want to print some numbers from the 1 to 10. So it's a very simple task. So to print the numbers from the 1 to 10 or any range of values, so we may write the steps like this without loop, right? Print 1, print 2, print 3, print 4, print 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever number we want. So that much number we may repeat these steps, right? So the condition, the statement repeat till how many times we need, so that much times the print statement will be repeat. So if you not use the loop, that creates that more code, and if you want to debug, so you need to do that each steps. That means you have to do modifications in each step. So that may take some time, and to execute that also it takes some time. So to avoid these, so we can simplify it, repeating of steps. Just observe here print 1, print 2, print 3, print 4, these steps are repeating similar steps, just they are repeating to construct a series of the number, right? So these can be easily handled by the for loop. So here you can, instead of writing these, you can write in simple way, that's like for I in range, for I in range. So here for is a keyword, in also keyword, range also keyword. So here I is nothing but a variable. So here I refers from the start number to end number in the range, okay. And here no updation values are there like other languages. In C or C++ or Java we may use their I and condition, that's mean initialization, condition and updation. 3 values we may write, but here the range will handle these all things, initialization and the stop position, and of course it also has that step position that we will discuss there. So for each number in the range, that is loaded into the I, and the I value will be treated or will be followed in the next statement, like in the print or in the calculation, whatever you have, that I will repeated there, right? So by implementing the loop, the code is less and you can easily understand. One can, that's mean by just reading that sentence, like for I in range 1 comma 11, so means anyone can easily understand what we are going to print, right? So it saves our time. So this is about the loop in Python. So you may implement that Python code using the range option. So for loop implementation procedure, right? Yeah, let's see what's the syntax of the for loop. So we may write like this: for variable in sequence, and later we write the statement. So for example, here you can write the for I in range and value. So if you enter only one number along with the range, means as an argument to the range, if you enter only one number, that treated as the stop number. Stop number means end number, right? So that is the end number. So here the range begins from the 0, that is a default value. If not mentioned any start value, so then by default the start number or the start value is 0 and the end number is 5, but here it follows one rule, that is a n minus 1 rule. N minus 1 rule means the 5 minus 1 is applicable, so it stops at 5 minus 1, means fourth step. That means it takes only 4 numbers. So because of this, like array indexing, okay, so if maximum size equals to 5, means the array index starts from the 0 to 4 only, right? So likewise the range also works 0 to 4. So if you not mention the initial value of the I, so here with range I am using only one digit, that means one position. It's simply called as one position. So that means if you find only one digit number or one position in the range, then that is end number. That is end or the stop number, right? So you have to remember that. That is the stop number. So means from where the number begins, means as usual. So that the beginning value, starting number, initial number is 0. Okay, it's always 0. It begins from the 0 if not mentioned particular number as a beginning number, right? So and I written here the print hello. So what happens here? So the word hello, that will be printed here 5 times. So it prints from the 0 time, means first hello printed at the 0 time, 0 I equals to 0. Second I equals to 1. Third I equals to 2. Next I equals to 3. And finally, so that is fourth one, and I equals, the fourth one is I equals to 4. Okay, so means 0 to 4 equals to 5. So total you will find the word hello printed 5 times there. So if you find the detailed explanation, the range 5 generates the numbers from the 0 to 4 and loop runs 5 times. 0 to 4 is nothing but the 5, and I stores the current value. So at initial value 0, first stores in I, later 1 will be stored in I, then 2 will be stored in I, then 3, and then 4. And when it reaches the maximum number, maximum minus 1, so then automatically it stops the execution, and for loop will automatically stops when the value reached the size minus 1 position, and it continues the rest of the program if anything are there, right? So this is the for loop syntax. Yeah, if you find what's the range here, so the range plays very important role in the for loop. So that is a very important thing. Range gives the numbers one by one within a given limit, right? So that's you have to remember. So the range is just used here to find or to handle the numbers or to print the limited numbers what we entered as an argument. Okay, the range is a built-in Python function that's used to generate a sequence of numbers. So the sequence of numbers, it's depending upon the user's requirement. So if user wants to generate the 100 numbers, so then user may enter range 100. So means it will print 0 to 99 values only. So the upper value is always size minus 1. If you enter 100, 100 is a size. So then you will get output up to 99 only. Right? So likewise it will be printed. So it's mostly used with the loops, means the range function mostly used with the loops, especially with the for loop. Right? If you find the syntax of the range, so range can support up to 3 numbers. First number, if you find only one number, that's by default it's a stop position, right? So if you use two numbers, number 1 comma number 2 along with the range, means two arguments, so then the first number treated as the start and the next number treated as the stop. Or else if you use the three numbers like number 1 comma number 2 comma number 3, so in that case these three numbers are treated like this: start, then stop, then step. Okay, first number treated as the start value, initialized value, and next one is treated as the stop. So this is the maximum limitation or the size, and your number will be start before it, means stop minus 1, it takes that as a maximum point. And the step also supports the 10 minus 1 rule. So how many gaps you need, how many numbers you want to skip, that's simply called as step. So by default it's a 1. If you not mention any step positions, by default is a 1, means no skip, right? So if you enter 2 means you can get their output of 1 number gap. So if start is 1, step is 5, start is 1, stop is 5, and step is 2. So then 1 will be printed, then it takes 1 gap, means the 2 will be skipped and 3 will be printed, then 4 will be skipped and 5 will not print because the stop is a 5. 5 means n minus 1 rule is applied, so that is up to 4 only. So you will get only 1 and 3. Okay, like that it will print. The step gives the gap or the skip values, right? So start position, it indicates that starting number default is 0, and stop position ending number, so it excludes this number. What number you entered, that is excluded. Okay, so that will not include, right? N minus 1 rule is applicable here. And the step also, it's a gap between the numbers. So when the output is generating, so how much gap you want to print of each numbers what are printing as output, so that gap is simply called as a step. Okay, and the default step position is 1, and you have to remember default start position is 0 always it is, and the default step position is a 1, right? And stop and step, these two values, stop position and step position, follows the n minus 1 or the size minus 1. These two numbers are excluded, right? So they will not include in the calculation. That you have to remember. So this is about the syntax of the range. Yeah. Now it's the time to apply these values. So here is a small simple program that is used to print a pyramid star pattern, right? Suppose I'm taking the n value is 4, n equals to 4, and print pyramid star pattern, that's like a text. And yes, here I am using the for loop for I in range I comma n plus 1. So I comma 1 comma n plus 1. So this is the 1 comma n plus 1. So in this case, so what we just discussed in the previous screen, that if you find two numbers only, so see here how many numbers, number 1 comma n plus 1 means it's treated as a single number only. So after process you will get only one answer, right? So here we are getting only two numbers, number 1 comma number 2, right? The first number always indicates the start point, and the second number always indicates the stop point, and this also applicable n minus 1. So means n plus 1 is excluded. So why I am adding the plus 1 means, so what is the n value here? 4. So if I enter n directly means it takes up to 3 only, means the 4 will be skipped, right? So if I want to include the 4th number also, so then I have to use here 5. Have to use here 5. To include this 4, I have to use the next number, right? So 5. So to make it 5, there is no other chance, I have to add one number. So that's why I am adding this plus 1 to the n, right? So this is just to include the number 4, means what number we entered the n. So we are including this n's number also. To include that, we have to add another number. That's only that. So here for I equal to I in range 1 comma n plus 1 means, so for I values begins with 1 and it flows till the n plus 1 means till the 4th, right? So and till that I am writing this another line, that's a print empty line into this multiplication symbol asterisk. So why what it is used for the text means, that is just used for the repetitions. N minus 1. So what's the n? 4 minus 1 means 3. So here into gap. So means space. So I am going to create there 3 spaces and end line empty. So why I am using this end line here means, when I am using these two separate print lines or the print statements, the second print's output will appears in the separate line, right? So but I don't want to print it in the separate line. If I want to print the second print's output also along with the first print output, so then I have to use their end space. So means it makes it the next one, it ensures that the end space ensures that the next line also forcefully fit in the first line's output. Okay, so that's why I'm using. Right, this is the program, and the output of this program is appears like this. This is the pyramid of the star. So yeah, here in this program you can observe one mistake is there. Do you know it's a mistake in this code? Only one thing, I think you may observe or not. So just I'm giving some time. You identify, and if you identify, just write on the comment section. Yes, I'm revealing that mistake is here we are entered the capital P. This is the mistake, right? So always the print we should write like small p only. So if you write like this, you will get one error, right? Yeah. So let us see how to execute it. Yes, sir. Here I am typing this code, n equals to 4. So means how many rows we need. This is used to print the required rows. How many rows we need, that we can print like this. So this is the line to print some text, and this is optional. Yes, so here onwards we are printing that for loop for I in range 1 comma I plus 1. And you notice this here we have to use a we have to use a colon. Colon is compulsory because for is required some more lines below lines. So where the block is used for that type of situations, when we require the blocks we use the colon symbol, right? So and here yes, for the block content we must use a tab space, so which is called here indent. In Python this space is called as a indent, right? So we must use that indent. If you not use the proper indentation, so that leads the errors in your code, right? So indentation is compulsory. So when you use this particular symbol means which this is colon. If you find the colon means the next line you must use that indentation for that. So means when you are using in colon means in the next line you are going to use indentations, right? So here no other things are required, no colons or no flower brackets like that we don't use. And just I'm saving this code So just save it. Yeah, pattern.py. Just I'm saving it and go to run or press F5 key. Yes, here you will get that output. This is the pyramid star pattern. Pyramid star pattern. Okay. So like that we can print that info. Okay, this is the program. In the next video, we will discuss all the programs related to the for loop. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you.